Hey guys, what's going on? And welcome to Tenerife, where quarterfinals of the Champions League is on the card today. Ajax, home and away. See you in a moment. But first, I thought we'd check in with Almeria because we just played them and drew with them 0-0. Back to schedule with Almeria, as it happens. Of course, the team that came up with us in Season 1, where Everton's Tom Davies is enjoying his best life because they're through to the Europa League quarterfinals. They've got Sporting there. They've beaten Inter Milan, though, on the way through, so good job there. Their run in general, Monaco, Inter Milan, and now Sporting, arguably the easiest of the three. But we did win the other match. We are still top. 5 points clear. Barcelona did something. Elche, the other game. 2-0 there. Antov and Eduard. 2 minutes, 2 goals. 3 minutes, technically, if you're going to be pedantic. But today is all about Ajax, and we're away from home, first of all. Bayern versus Man United on the other side of things. That feels like a very one-sided pair of fixtures, doesn't it? Bayern Munich, Man United, Ajax versus Tenerife. I know which one I'd have on the television. Oh, youth intake happened. Exciting news there. I've clicked on the game now, so we'll deal with that in between. Now, we're in a bit of a tricky situation due to the lack of registered players and suspensions and injuries. Although the injury happened to a suspended player anyway, as Lodi has taken a fairly hefty whack for a few weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks. It's a hernia, actually. It's not a whack at all. He's been whacked internally by himself. Pablo Torre's injured. He wasn't registered either. Quiros is suspended. That's the main issue. Centre-back. I didn't think centre-back was a word there for a second. That confused me. It is. That's fine. Which means, well, basically means that Alberto Moreno starts. Yep. Okay, then. Merit in goal. Obregon, Umtiti, Antov, Moreno. Ravella, Bakayoko, Nico in the middle. Zukic, Gallardo, Eduard. Oh, God. Moreno's playing. It did dawn on me after the injury. I think it was after the injury to Lodi rather than the suspension. But it did dawn on me that I probably could have registered Andy Harwood. There was probably a way around it. Because I could have unregistered Shaqiri, who's now broken. And I could have unregistered out Moreno, who is homegrown nation, and replaced them with Nico and Harwood. One homegrown nation and one not, basically, to swap those two over. So there was a way to get Harwood in, but I've only just realised it far too late. And you don't get to replace players between every round, which I swear used to be a thing. Anyway, Bakayoko on the ball. No, he isn't. Yes, he is. Yeah, he is. Okay, that was weird. They sort of they just merged into one player. Bakayoko and whoever was trying to tackle him. Neres on the ball. He's still Ajax. That's interesting. Over to Jeremy Bogo, I presume that to be. That's not great, but Merritt tips it wide. Defending. Questionable. Boga's taking the corners. It's got to Tomori about Tomori. He's playing for them. I didn't even really bother looking at their lineup there. Rodriguez. Surely not that one. Univar. Oh, who? Nice to see you again, Univar. I genuinely forgot you were playing for us at one point. Bakayoko. Clears. Actually, to be fair, the person that went past could have easily chased after that and kept it in, perhaps. But never mind. That is definitely different Rodriguez. I think they have Rodriguez already. I think they have a Rodriguez already in real life, but it's not that one. Or maybe I'm getting confused with the Mexican midfielder they have. I don't know what I've just seen. Chaka's playing in goal for them. I completely forgot Chaka was in goal for them. It's another reunion for the Sheffield United save as we go up against Sheffield United's goalkeeper that we signed. I mean, he's not done well there. I think Chaka's tried to claim the ball. It's bounced out of his hands and then bounced off Tagliafico and gone in the goal. Somehow. I said it's been a while since we've had a nonsense game. This might be about to be it, because they're attacking now. Rodriguez on the edge of the box. Is he going to have a crack from there? No, Neres. Don't know how one-sided he was, but clearly it must have been just in the end. That's great movement from Neres. Merritt. Dear God, as much as we love Chaka for Sheffield United, Merritt. Jesus wept, he's been so good. Antov. I don't know what just happened there. Antov headed it backwards for some unexplainable reason. But then their player kept it in with another header. I mean, surely you just let that one go out for another corner. In that situation, Obregon puts the ball into the box. Zukic is there and onside. And this isn't a great advertisement for Chaka. Neither is the actual Euro Championships, as Turkey have. Well, I don't know what they've done, to be honest. I don't know what went wrong with Turkey. It's not like I was the only one predicting them to be dark horses. Turns out they were so dark horses they just left the light off entirely. And nobody could see them because they were rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. The rest of my predictions are going all right at this stage. First 3 groups have been concluded at the time of recording this. And Turkey and Wales are the only 2 teams I've got wrong. They've just swapped over. I even had Switzerland third, so I just had them in the wrong order. So I've had 10 out of 12 right. And it's 2-0 here at Ajax. Super pleased for Denmark, though. Super pleased for Denmark, considering everything. All right, nothing's really happened in the second half. 13 minutes to go. Gallardo's not had his best game, so I think I have replacements for him. Yeah, Kor's on the bench. You'll do. Obregon's had a good game, but he's tired. Lena's on the bench. He'll do. And Nico can be replaced by Faisal. Just 3 tired players can come off. There we are. Lovely. Bakayoko's fine because I've got players like Herrera to play midweek. There's a late highlight. Moreno booked, but he wasn't on a warning, I don't think, so that's all fine. Lo Celso finds himself in a bit of space. Does have a companion in the middle of the box if you can find him. Montedi with a great challenge. Lo Celso gives the ball, though, because for manager. Alberto Moreno deals with it. Lima. They've acquired Lima at some point. Lima. Don't know how you're supposed to pronounce it, but I want to say Austrian. He's nowhere near as good in game as I think he is in real life. 2-0, clean sheet, 2 away goals. Man United beat Bayern Munich away from home. Wow. I mean, if you went to the loo at the end of either half, madness. 45 plus 2, 90, 90 plus 3. There's an advertisement for staying in your seats. Antov is a little jaded and can do with the rest. Well, tell the rest of his team not to stop getting suspended/injured then. The fact that Antov can play in 2 positions means he's basically always needed. Merritt made 7 saves in that. He has the joint highest amount of player of the matches with Ravella, so you can see why I'm keeping Ravella around. Alright, so we'll just skip over this bit of Real match in between and then I'll bring you back for the second leg, which hopefully will be straightforward. Hopefully. Oh, but first, I'm going to bring you onto this page for a reason. If you cast your eyes to the hot prospect, there's a new hot prospect. It was Christensen, then I think it was Faisal. Now it's one of our own. Marcos Gerardo Garcia. With a light-hearted personality. Not the worst, because it's one of those ones that doesn't really tell you much. But work rate's 15, determination's 14, so there's nothing wrong on the attributes on that front. 16 passing, 14 technique, 14 touch, 19 bravery, 16 balance. The rest of the physicals are questionable, especially for a defensive midfielder, but he's naturally a defensive midfielder, so if we get that tackling up a little bit, we might have a homegrown Volante coming through, basically. If we can get a few of them up, right now he's more of a deep line playmaker, but we could either develop him as a central midfielder, which would work, or we could develop those attributes for Segundo Volante and develop him as a Segundo Volante. Either or works, but he truly is one of our own. He was born in Tenerife. Those foreign affiliates not really coming through just yet. Although we did inexplicably get an Englishman through who was born in St. Albans. Not sure. Has good Spanish already, so I can only assume he's been in the country for a while. 1,197 days to be precise. Use your eyes, Charlie. He might be alright as well. 4 stars on the top end of his predictions. But there was one other high-rated youth intake player, but it's another goalkeeper, and it's an unambitious goalkeeper. Considering that Christian Christensen will become a homegrown club player eventually, don't hold up too much hope for seeing Uriah around, depending on how long we play the save, of course. The way this season's going, there's a very good chance I'm going to end up in a very similar boat to the one I ended up in at Sheffield United, where we'd won all the domestic things, we were just chasing that Champions League, and we could be in the situation where we're just chasing the Champions League again after this year. If you win the domestic cup, the Copa del Rey, and we win the league, Champions League is the only thing that remains. However, the aim for this save was to make Tenerife the #1 club in the world, the same way they were in the simulation I did a couple of years ago. So the aim's a little bit different here. We will keep playing on, regardless of whether or not we win the Champions League. Although secretly, I'm kind of hoping we don't win either the title or the Copa del Rey, just for there's something else to aim for. It's weird. It's weird that I'm actively not bothered about winning one of them. I generally cannot believe Merritt's in line for being best player in the league. A goalkeeper. I'm glad they fixed goalkeeper ratings, though, because that was a huge problem in previous games. Liverpool being Dortmund by the help of Haaland. That's not awkward. That one's nicely poised. An interesting thing popped up in the press conference against Villarreal there. They said we're one of the lowest fouls in the league, as if we're one of the cleanest teams in La Liga, which is interesting because we do not get stuck in on, which really puts into perspective the difference between playing this formation here in the Liga with Tenerife and playing this formation with Skegness in the Vanarama North, where a few more yellow cards happen. Just a few. Well, there we go. 2-1 against Villarreal, where their first shot on target went in. Yep, 80 minutes, first shot on target. Still won, though. Away from home, they're 8th. It's not a bad result. It's a good result. 37% possession, apparently. Main issue, though, was Kor getting injured 4 to 5 weeks. Barcelona dropped points again. 7 points is the gap now. 38 games in an entire season, so 6 remain. 7 points is the gap. I thought I'd wait for the last game to occur in this week. I didn't realise Atletico Madrid couldn't go 4th anyway. I presume Sevilla have the advantage on them on the head-to-head. Interesting then is Getafe Sevilla, top 4. Real Madrid have caught up a little bit, but Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid not in that top 4 currently. Dortmund turned it around against Liverpool, so it's Dortmund versus Man City on that side of things. We play the winners of Man United versus Bayern Munich, provided we don't mess this up here. Lineup for the second leg, we Merit in goal, Moreno still a left-back, Umtiti, Quiros, Obregon, Ravella, Bakayoko, Faisal, Zukic, Callado and Eduard. Nico versus Faisal. Faisal played the last game, so Nico starts. Forgot to make that change there, but Quiros starts ahead of Antov, just keeping Antov on the bench because, like I said, he was jaded at the end of last match against Ajax, so just didn't play him midweek, just have him on the bench today. Just give him that breathing room while we've probably got a space to give him that breathing room, especially as it's the cup final next as well. Losing Core for the both of them is slightly problematic because Core's been actually the best player on that right-hand side, despite the fact I signed him to play on the left-hand side. Kickoff highlight worries me. I really want to enjoy them getting straight in to this game, although Merit's gathered the ball. Let's not mess this up, Merit. That was unnecessarily close to the player. Can we stop passing it around in a weird way? No, we can't, apparently. Right then, what are we doing here? I mean, I'd argue that's as much Callado's fault as it is Obregon's. I mean, Obregon's the one who makes the actual error. But why Callado passed it back to him, I don't know. Yeah, Callado was being sort of pressured from behind, but why he passed it back when Obregon wasn't entirely free either, I don't know. Try and kick it into the middle of the pitch somewhere would have been a more sensible idea, although Ravella went close. Obregon to Bakayoko, tackled. Former Chelsea man being tackled by the former Spurs man. That's what I meant from, that's the kind of thing I was expecting from Callado. The fact that went to their player is absolutely ridiculous, by the way. But Zukic has got the ball now. Zukic is still going. Actually had a shot at the end of it. Zukic scored against Villarreal in the last match, you may notice there. He scored 15 goals this year. Like, Zukic has gone under the radar a little bit this year. Considering how poor he was in the first half of last season, and really, let's be honest, the very early stages of this season as well. The fact he's got 15 goals now is quite ridiculous. I don't like this. Yep, saw that going. Why? Why is this allowed? Goalkeeper doesn't even go for it. Sorry, there's a penalty involved here, is there? Why is there a penalty involved? Obregon was the one who cleared it. Nobody involved in that move was being fouled. Oh, there's a penalty, is there? Of course there is. We need to score 2 goals now, if this goes in, which I expect it to. Oh, no, Merit's a god. That's fine. Justice served. Bakayoko had that one cleared. Is that a penalty as well? No? Okay, good. The fact that Neres still has possession is absolutely insane. Moreno actually put in a really good tackle of all people. Another good interception from Moreno, and cleared. Casual reminder that Tagliafico ended the last match on a red rating. He's on a 7.3 today. Oh good, Moreno's injured. That's what we needed. Right, Antov required. Molina comes on for Callado as well, for good measure. Don't really have anyone to replace the left-hand side where Zukic is. Okay, well, they punt the ball through. It's gone to no one in particular. Merit's on the ball. Obregon, play it forward this time. We know what happens when you play it backwards. Molina, back to Obregon. Move forwards, thank you. That makes me feel a little bit safer. Molina again. Bakayoko now. I think we have like 18 people who can play on the right-hand side. I'll be honest, I don't think Molina was getting the ball there. But they were giving him a nonsense penalty. I mean, I didn't even see the instant they gave him their penalty. So I can't really say if it was a nonsense penalty or not. Molina was never getting that ball in a million years. Eduard buries the penalty, and it's advantage us again, briefly. If we can get a second, that makes things a little bit more comfortable. Because if Ajax score now, they're through anyway. Like, us getting a goal here doesn't affect whether or not Ajax go through with another goal. They go through with another goal regardless. Right, Obregon's a little bit knackered, so Nedalea is going to come on for the last whatever. And the time is ticking. This is more tense than it needed to be. 93 minutes on the clock of 94. They've nicked the ball. I don't like this. It's Univar, who was actually with us for a while. Yeah. Okay, Merit. Nice. The further that Univar ran there, the more comfortable I felt, but it's still never going to be perfectly comfortable. Zukic gets the knockdown. Eduard's been played in here, actually. Nah, well, never mind. Chaka clears comfortably. It's Nedalea on the ball. Nedalea through to Molina. We've actually got it into the box. Just hold on to the ball, Nedalea. Just hold on to it, Quiros. Just time waste. Time waste. I forgot to put time waste on. That explains why they're not time wasting. Bakayoko, Eduard, Nico. Just pass it round, lads. Pass it round. Okay, well, that's got to be it. Surely we're 20 seconds over now. And they've rolled it to Sole. Antov came on, by the way, and got booked. All the bookings happened in the last 20 minutes. I'm not happy with that performance. But we are through. Man United through despite having Pogba sent off. Actually, that's huge. Pogba's sent off. Won't be available for the match against us. Well, losing a game directly before a Copa del Rey final is exactly what we needed, morale-wise. See you in a couple of days' time, where we find out whether or not we can beat Real Madrid for a second time this season, this time in order to win a trophy. Ta-ra.